Hi, it's Danielle from teachingonlineheadquarters.com, and I'm here to give you tips for teaching online. So today I want to give you some tips about teaching on Outschool. How do you actually teach on Outschool? Everybody has a plan to teach on Outschool, but what does that actually consist of? So I'm going to have an Outschool class in about 20 minutes, so I want to show you how I set mine up. I teach step-by-step paintings, and so here's what I do. So I have a bunch of paintings set up that the kids could do later if they wanted to take my class. So it's kind of like a little bit of free advertising here. Some paintings up so they kind of know what they could do if they want to take another class. And then I'm using canvas paper because my canvases are expensive and I can buy a sheet like, I can buy these and use them because I've already obviously painted the llama. I don't need a ton of more llama paintings, so I'm just going to only do it on canvas paper. So I have it set up. I have a few paints out already. I have my water. I'm gonna log into Outschool on my computer, and if I was just using it for a virtual paint party, I would do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna log in over here into my classroom, and then I'll log in on the iPad, so I'll show up in two places in the classroom. So they can see the painting as I paint it, and then they can see me as we talk. I send an email about 2 or 3 hours before my class starts because I want them to already have used their tracing paper to trace this picture that we're gonna do. And so I want them to remember to do that, because if not, then they're not gonna have a very fun class because they're not gonna have a really good painting like everybody else. And if you have like something you need them to do, like get their ingredients ready for cooking, or if you need them to get their dice out for the game, whatever you need them to do, print out something, make sure you send an email before your class so that they will be ready to go. So to send a message to everyone, it goes out like an email. You'll go to your classroom tab right here, and then you're going to go to add a new post, and you'll type your message here, and when you press send, it'll go to all your learners today. So my class is in about 3 hours, but I wanted to make sure that I gave them this reminder to go to download the image tracer and to go to my YouTube channel to watch how to trace it onto the canvas. I made a video so that they can just do it step by step with me before the class even starts. And that's how I send, that's just a part of me getting ready for my class at 3 o'clock today. To make sure that my learners are ready so that everyone comes to class with their image already traced. Otherwise, they'll be behind and it won't make the class as fun. I have lights that I'm gonna turn on, but they were super bright. I have lights in my studio so that my lighting is really good. You can see this light right here is going right down on top of the picture so that when I'm painting, the kids can really see it well. And the way that I'm gonna do it is also have a camera over here showing the examples that we're gonna paint. So after I set up my computer, I usually always need to restart my computer, because if you don't, then maybe your camera doesn't work whenever it's time to press start. So a good tip is restart your computer every time you move it, because I had to move it from upstairs to downstairs. And I use an external camera because I think it's way nicer for the video quality. And sometimes I use an external microphone too. I find myself shouting if I don't. And so once I set up my computer and my lights, I have like this stand right here, if you can see it. And on top of that stand is my iPad. And this is a trick that I will teach you. Right here you can see my iPad, and it's facing down at my painting. So if you want your meeting, your class, to show you on the computer, your painting right here, or cooking or whatever you're doing right here, and your example right here, you will log into your classroom on 3 different devices, 3 different places: computer, iPad, phone. I have 2 different stands here, and I also have my computer on this little thing right here because I like for it to be up a little bit. My computer gets really hot, so that way it keeps the fan from going crazy. So to do that, you're going to log in to your classroom on each device. Trick is, log on the computer one first. When you log onto the computer first, it will make that the one that you control Zoom on. So make sure that you log onto the computer first because you're going to want to have all your controls on there, because the iPad for me is just going to be showing the picture and the camera or the phone is just going to be showing the examples. So make sure that you log on to the computer first. On each device, you'll go into Outschool and you'll go into the classroom on each device, okay? And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute whenever you log in like that. That's a really good trick on Zoom, even if it's not on Outschool. It works on Zoom too, because I teach paint parties on Zoom, and that's how I do it for there. Okay, so then you're gonna want to log into Outschool, and you'll see that when I go to Outschool, it shows my class for today. And I'm gonna click on it. When I click on it, it goes to the classroom. When I click on it, it goes to the classroom, and up here, it shows me the learners right here. And then here is my classroom. And I'm going to start my live meeting right here. And this is where I'm going to log in on each device to show each screen in Zoom. So I'll show you that in just a minute. This right here where it says add new post, this is where I can send that reminder email before class to get ready to go. And so I just posted a little email earlier today saying, make sure you're ready with your tracer and here's how to do it. And then the next thing you're gonna do is open all the resources that you're gonna use. So during my class, I'm going to tell them fun facts about llamas. So I've opened a page that gives me some fun facts about llamas. And then here, I will open this YouTube video, and this person right here, Madeline Ross, she reads the book Llama Llama Mess 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 by Anna Dwindy. And when she reads that, I just show that, share my screen, and let the kids hear the book. And I usually do this during the time that they're really getting into the painting and they're being really creative and it's kind of quiet. That way I don't have to keep talking the whole time, because sometimes I run out of things to talk about. So even though it's a painting class, I'm still adding facts and I'm still adding reading to it, which I think adds some engagement and also adds some academics to a creative and fun class. Okay, so now I am going to log into my class and show you what that looks like. And I'm going to start from my computer. And it's going to send me to Zoom. And I am logged in as Danielle. So this one I'm going to keep named Danielle. I'm going to start the video so I can see what it looks like. All right, so I think this is a pretty good angle for the kids to see me. Maybe I'll turn it like this a little bit so they can see more of the painting, maybe just a little bit down. But you can see here we are. They can see me. All right, and then I'm going to go to my iPad and I'm gonna log in there. So I'm gonna go to Outschool. Outschool, maybe it's better, I should have had this already logged in earlier. All right, and I'm gonna go to myself or teach. And then I'm gonna go in my class right here. Classroom. Start meeting. Okay, so it's gonna log me into Zoom on here. Open. Here we go. And I am going to show you this one. Here it is. So you can see right here that they can see exactly what is on my screen. And on this part right here, you're going to drop down your participants and you're going to change the name of your iPad to painting so that people can see it say painting on their screen. And you want to make sure that your volume is down because sometimes it can be weird if it's loud and they can hear that one, okay? So then I'm going to do the exact same thing on my camera right here to show the examples. First, I'm going to show you on here that since this is the one I control it with, it says, should say 2 participants. Well, here I am. If I show my video, you can see me. And if I go to gallery view, you can see my painting. It looks like now that the painting is kind of sideways and crooked, so I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, so you can see that I fixed it, and the way that I fixed it is I just had to move my iPad around and make it go the other direction. So that's how I fix it. So one thing that I would have ready are some examples. If you're making something creative, like if you're making slime, have examples of your slime. If you're making cupcakes, have an example. You can freeze your cupcakes for a long time, or you can just take a picture of them. And it helps the kids and it helps you to be prepared. So another thing I would do is write a list of questions, which I have somewhere. I think they're over there. A list of questions you want to ask the kids so that you increase the engagement. Kind of how are you going to pace the class? And then also I would think about what you're going to do if you have a behavior issue. Now I'm all ready to teach my class, so I'm just going to have to admit the learners into the classroom on Zoom whenever it's time for class to start. So let's see how class looks live. I'm going to try to go in here and mix it. Do you see? I put a little more yellow on. Whatever your light color is, maybe put a little bit more in there and just mix it so it doesn't have like just a really straight line on it. It's just mixed on the canvas. And you can go up into your yellow a little bit if you want. It's totally up to you. However you want your painting to go. And this is also how you do a sunset. I don't know how many of you have done a sunset before, but this is the same way you would do a sunset painting. When you're finished with the class, just click End Meeting and you are done. I always send an email after class thanking parents for taking my class and then telling them what classes I have that might interest their child so that they would book me again. If you're interested in teaching online, email me at teachingonlineheadquarters@gmail.com and visit my website for more online teaching tips and tricks at www.teachingonlineheadquarters.com. While you're there, don't forget to download my free Outschool application checklist and the How to Zoom guide for online teachers. If you need help finding an iPad stand or lights, I have put the links to them in the description box below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell to be the first one to see my next video where I will give you even more detailed instructions on Zoom. Goodbye, see you next time. Where is the internet? Set up down in my art studio, and I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So here we go. Let me see if I can flip the screen. How do you flip the screen? Ready? I'm gonna turn you around. Let's see. Can I do that? I guess not.